It's September 23rd, 2015. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and we thank the Earth Mother for letting us have a place to be. There are several parts to the channels about Nibiru, and they're all coming now. We've had these out. This one we're going to read here is from May the 7th, 2015. And we're just now getting it out on September 23rd, 2015. And these three channels are from my guardian angel Aurea, the Pleiadian star woman Ratesh. They have bases here upon the earth. She's assigned here to the earth. And the ascended master Jesus Christ of the light. So we will begin now. And this is part 5 of the return of Nibiru. And the question we asked was, can you tell us what type of events, like chemical trail sprayings or disease outbreak or whatever, will be used as the excuse for martial law? And Aurea, the angel, answered, the martial law scenario has many facets or levels, but in the end, the one known as Bob Fletcher is right. Now, Bob Fletcher, he made a 2-part DVD about the return of Nibiru, and this is what the angel's referring to. You can go to his website and get a copy of this information on it. And he's been on Coast to Coast a couple of times, a radio show, to help get this information out. So Aurea continues. The real reason for martial law is the coming of the planet Nibiru, which will reap considerable destruction of about every part of your society. However, we see that although the shadow governments and governments of Earth have many so-called contingencies to institute martial law, that the most likely contingencies are the chemical trail sprayings of highly infectious biological entities, thus causing a panic and, of course, economic collapse. But economic collapse will be a byproduct of these sprayings. This is only and why the Pleiadian star woman Ratesh had told us previously in the other channels to get gas masks and have your antibiotics as part of almost all of the civilian medical systems will be overloaded and become inoperable if this scenario occurs. Likely martial law will be declared in the name of helping the people by controlling the spread of disease. Commodities will be short of supply, and then rioting and looting will occur. However, we also see, but now the Pleiadian star sister Ratesh, she wants to speak. Ratesh, ah, my love, we are looking at it again, back at it again, as the old earth saying goes. Well, we must interrupt the guardian angel Aurea, for her wisdom is good and knowledge strong. But there is now, according to the monitoring activities of our beam ships and mother ships and ground-based observations, a very strong likelihood of a large solar flare, which could knock out or decimate at least a large portion of Earth's electrical grids, depending upon what portion or side of the planet is facing your sun. As this possible solar flare eruption occurs. So, in this case, of course, the governments and shadow governments' contingency plans for solar flare havoc will be activated. Remember, dear one, that your Earth's governments and shadow governments are quite advanced and have calibrated their thinking multidimensionally to account for multiply overlapping timeline as we, the Pleiadians, do. However, they are not quite as advanced as their computing systems necessary for such advanced statistical algorithmic processing are somewhat primitive by our Pleiadian standards, although they have made much progress in recent Earth years. So they have well-laid plans for this solar scenario, so to speak. Whichever excuse they use, rest assured that martial law will eventually, inevitably, be declared. The gas mask will be used during and immediately after chemical trail spraying operations, if they are authorized. Once the biologicals are employed, a short time later, then the danger of spraying infection will decrease to nearly zero, roughly 2 or 3 Earth days after they're sprayed, as the Earth's natural filtration system will absorb and neutralize it. You know, this is similar to the Nazis when they used the gas sarin or tabin, which is a trimethyl ethylthiocholine. But after it's sprayed, it breaks down with water and ultraviolet radiation. So the sun tends to break the molecular bonds of the trichlorine groups down. So this is the type of stuff that they're referring to here. So Ratesh continues. Various forms of Ebola, hemorrhagic fever, and deadly flu, like the Spanish flu in the early 1900s Earth period, are likely to be used to spread through the unprotected civilian populations. The shadow governments and government elites and most of their military will already have been vaccinated if these types of spraying scenarios occur. Look for the mass media to spout the government and shadow government propaganda and lies, but see through this thinly disguised veil of their deceptions. Remember, they are after total, complete control of the whole world. But their plans just may not go as they wish, or foresaw, or planned for. For there are many associated events which are corollary to all of this. Prepare yourselves and know that we are with you. Put this out on your internet and selected appropriate portions as you know. The Pleiadians and the angels shall guide and protect you, all of you, if you but seek their guidance and listen. All love and Godspeed to you all. This is Ratesh. And so about Nibiru, we have another channel from them, which was done much later, May the 16th in 2015. And it's just now coming out now on September 23rd of 2015. And it's the guardian angel Aurea, again speaking of Nibiru. And she begins, so much is at hand, as the earth's governments and shadow governments are indeed preparing for the big event, to use their words, their vernacular, which is their code for the arrival of Nibiru. Much secret preparations are underway, are being made. The information clampdown is horrific, as many truth-tellers who wanted to warn the people have been murdered, threatened, and otherwise silenced. This is another reason why we angels and the Pleiadians need emissaries such as all of you, like people who really want the truth without a bunch of bullshit, as well as many others, to help spread knowledge, truth, and light upon your world. And so, lost my track here.
It's okay.
And so, on this same date of May 16th at 2015, Ratesh, the Pleiadian star woman, she came in again telepathically, and this is what she has to say. Ah, my love, it is I, Ratesh, coming to you as so many times before. We Pleiadians are monitoring the activities of much of the world. There is indeed, as just previously said, much activity as they prepare for the arrival of Nibiru. They have indeed talked secretly between or amongst themselves about how to keep both, as well as the arrival of Nibiru itself, secret or quiet from the masses, the common people. But know that the Atlantian prophecies, which you have from John Pineal, are very accurate. These are the ones that are posted on our website under Atlantis Revisited. The ones that made these prophecies, masters, long over 10,000 Earth years ago, who made them were masters of light from our side. Pleiadians in physical bodies upon your Earth. But now they have evolved into light form without the need any longer, anymore, for the need to incarnate into physical bodies. They are now members, indeed, of the Pleiadian, the higher spiritual hierarchy of light, which guide most and many of our Ishwishes. That's the Pleiadian word for King of Wisdom. They have come upon you on selected occasions, as you have called them, to do their great light work.